I'm Bill Whitley. Here's a strategy that'll help you attract and engage more customers. You know, most people, when they meet a prospect, they talk about their products or their services. You know, unfortunately, it often results in a sales message that's dull and difficult to understand. Fortunately, there is a much better way. Instead of talking about your product, I challenge you to tell your prospect a story about a customer just like them, that had a problem just like theirs, where you helped with a brilliant solution and they got great results. I call this a customer attraction story. It's one of the most powerful and one of the most underutilized tools in business. But before we get started on your customer attraction story, I want you to think about some of the great stories you heard when you were a child. You know, they're called fairy tales, and they have 5 key parts. Once upon a time, there was a hero that had reason to go on a journey where he, she, or it met a huge challenge, to which there was a hero-inspired way out, and he, she, or it returned home safely. Now, a good customer attraction story has the same 5 parts. First, introduce the hero and give us a little background. You know, in a customer attraction story, your customer is the hero. So introduce us to your customer and let us know a little bit about their situation. Second, the customer begins their journey. Now, remember in the fairy tale, once upon a time, there was a hero that had reason to go on a journey. Well, in a customer attraction story, the journey is the goal the customer always wants to achieve. Third, the customer runs into an obstacle. No matter how hard they try, something always holds them back. And fourth, with your help, the customer overcomes the obstacle. This is the most important part of the story. What steps did they take to overcome the obstacle? And fifth is the lesson learned, the moral of the story. And by the way, this can be the lesson you learned or the lesson the customer learned, or both. And maybe it's a rule of thumb, maybe it's a benchmark or a new best practice. And in almost every case, it's what your customer wishes they would have known before they started on the journey. Now, the lesson that I've learned is that when you want to inspire people to take action, stories are powerful. They're easy to understand, they're easy to remember, and they're easy to retell. And, you know, sometimes you're selling to a person who can't write the check. So if you educate your prospect by telling them a good customer attraction story, it's more likely they'll be able to fully explain what you do to the person that does write the check. How about you? What's your story? I challenge you to create a good customer attraction story. And if you do, I guarantee you'll attract more customers.